Countdown for blastoff. X minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire!
Welcome to Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Theater.
Oh, my lords and ladies, geeks, geekarellas, geekulas, and geekeritas. I am Lord Blood-Rah, and this is Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin Theater. And tonight's film is rather unusual. Now, back in the 30s and 40s, kids would flock to the theaters on Saturday afternoons to catch the latest adventures of their favorite heroes and villains in the serials. Movie serials were stories, usually wild adventures, superheroes, and science fiction, told over the course of 12 to 15 chapters or episodes. Think a TV series in the theaters with new episodes released each week. Tonight's film is edited together from one of those serials. Tonight, from 1949, by way of the 1939 serial, it's The Phantom Creeps, starring Bela Lugosi. Now, the original serial ran 12 episodes, each about 20 minutes long. So the whole thing ran about 4 hours and 25 minutes. Tonight's feature film version runs 1 hour and 18 minutes, which means you can be sure of two things. One, the story is going to move at a breakneck pace, and two, it was edited with a meat cleaver. Well, my lords and ladies, strap in and hang on tight. Here is The Phantom Creeps.
Control board. Dr. Zucker, you're not going to let that thing out again, are you? Certainly. There's work to be done on it. Might get away like it did last time. I created it. I can control it or destroy it as I can you whom I helped escape from prison. I control both quickly.
I'll see what good it is. The cops will never let anything like that walk down the street.
What could the police or anybody do against an army like them? Remotely controlled, you could crush all up.
There's a car outside.
That will be my wife. She wants to take me away. She's afraid of what I'm doing here, yet she knows only a small part of it.
With him.
I did so only because he was working along lines contrary to the good of mankind.
I know. He's still in. I hope I can stop him before it's too late.
I hate to have you face him alone.
I don't fear him. I think he really cares for me. As much as he can care for anyone.
Except himself.
You're not going to tell her about the new element you discovered, are you?
Only enough to prove that I have accomplished what they told me was impossible. Get me one of the magnetized discs.
But if you're determined to face him alone, I'll wait in there.
But won't your wife think that I...
Alex!
Anne, my dear.
You're glad to see me?
Very. I've been wanting a witness to my great crime.
Oh.
Yes. I told Mallory and the others there was a way to induce a state of suspended animation that couldn't be told from death, and that I could find it. They called me a dreamer, a fool, but now I have it. And you shall see and tell them. Come. You see this disc? Watch. It will not come to you. It will go only to that disc, which I have put there by the plan. That disc there is magnetized by a positive ray with my new element, which is unknown to science. And this little spider carries the negative. When the two meet, you shall see. No, it's not death. Nor would a person be under same circumstances. It's too bad that Mallory is not here to see my trial.
I have seen it.
You were spying.
Call it that if you wish, Alex. But you made no secret of it. Now my fear is, what are you going to do with it?
I shall do with it as I wish. Not hand it over to the government, as you would have me.
I still think that would be best. It should be under control for the good of mankind. You would still receive credit for its discovery.
They would destroy it if they could.
But possibly...
Never will I let it go. Already a foreign government had offered me millions. Perhaps I shall sell to them.
Don't you realize what a terrific weapon it would be in the hands of unscrupulous people?
Of course. That is why they shall pay me dear for it.
Alex, you must not.
Then it is my duty to inform the government at once.
Alex, please.
All right. If it is your duty, do so by all means. But you will find it a great mistake.
What do you mean?
You shall soon learn. All of you.
Anne.
Monk! Get the devisualizer. Did you carry out my instructions regarding the work to be done on this?
Yes, sir. I strengthened the ionizer, but I was afraid to use it.
I'm not afraid. They think they know everything that I have, but they know nothing of this devisualizer that will conceal me from my enemies.
I'll stay here tonight. Perhaps I can see him again and persuade him from his mad course.
And I'll get in touch with the government. I've already talked with Captain West of the War Department about Alex.
They won't punish him, will they?
No, Anne, they'll just keep him and what he has found under control so that he can't misuse it or dispose of it to a country that would.
You have failed, monk. But I will not fail. I cannot.
I'll call if I need you.
Good night, Anne.
Good night.
It is perfect, but for a shuttle.
But can you come back?
Surely. I must come back. And now, at the Phantom, there is nothing that I cannot do.
Well, maybe not, but I'll tell you one thing Bela Lugosi could never do. That's get rid of his Hungarian accent, which seems especially thick tonight, doesn't it?
I've been wanting a witness to my great crime.
I'm still not sure what he said there. That accent stayed with him his entire life, and while it was his trademark and added mystery and menace to many of his characters, it also limited the types of roles he was offered. After this, we'll find out if there really is nothing Dr. Zorka cannot do.
That it could happen in America. That it could happen now. That it could ever happen to me. Another murder tonight. At Watergate. My apartment.
You must issue the order that he be taken alive.
The moon hasn't risen yet. Put a guard on me.
Now back to The Phantom Creeps, where Dr. Zorka, easily one of the most productive mad scientists I've ever seen, is about to go on the run to keep his inventions, which include a mean-looking giant robot, a new element that put a tree into suspended animation with the help of a spider, and an invisibility belt, out of the hands of the authorities. Wow, this guy has great time management skills.
Alex.
Mallory speaking. Yes, Ann.
The place seems to be deserted.
I'll come right out there as soon as I get a call I'm waiting for. Yes, Captain West of the Army Intelligence. I'll start as soon as he phones me. All right. Don't worry.
Much depends on what happens in this house today. We're going to wait and listen to this. Car. Probably Mallory.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad you got here.
Captain West arrived yet?
No, how could he?
He's flying down, so I wouldn't be surprised to find him here. That must be Bob West. It's a government plane.
They are closing in. They will find nothing. I have to change my appearance.
Maybe you better stay here and keep an eye on the plane, Jim. Okay.
Captain West, is it true that Dr. Zorka has disappeared?
Well, do you think it's fair for you to know my name and I don't know yours?
I'm Jean Drew.
Well, what are you doing here?
The Times sent me to look and listen and ask questions.
Sorry, but I'm not allowed to answer any questions.
Do you mind if I go to the house with you?
Yes, I mind very much. You and I better take a little walk, sister.
I don't believe I've met you.
Mr. Drew, allow me to present Mr. Jim Daly. You'll find him very good company. From what you say, Dr. Zorka has discovered something very important. I'm sure he has. Highly dangerous, too. Think what a hostile power could do with it. Have you made any search for it? No, we thought we'd better wait till you got here. Well, let's look in his laboratory. Aren't you going to take that disc? I'll get it later. I'd hate to have one of those spiders find it in my pocket.
Fools, fools! Let them search. They will find nothing.
A lot of equipment seems to have been moved.
You can talk to Rankin of Aspiring. I will be with you, but unseen.
Husband smokes the popular brand.
But he doesn't. He can't stand tobacco.
Well, how about his assistant?
He hadn't.
She's right. So far as we know, Zorka worked alone.
The visualizer. Then we will go. We must be more careful than ever that no one discovers the entrance of our secret garage. Let's go.
Well, I'll phone headquarters and have his description broadcast. He'll be picked up somewhere. That is, if he still answers his own description.
All clear?
Yes.
Then we will go to meet the agent of Aspiring.
When last seen, he wore striped trousers, dark four-in-hand tie, and cutaway coat. No car that we know of. But it would take one to carry the things that are missing from his laboratory. Yes, that's right. Put this on the teletype right away, will you?
Pick up that man. What do you mean? Give him a ride? Yes. He looks as I used to. He might be useful to me. Come, get in. The man is dead. How fortunate. That simplifies everything. We will make it seem that it is the famous Dr. Zorka who has been killed. Then we will get another car, go home, and see what they are doing there.
West speaking. Right, I've got it. We'll fly right down there. There's been a car found, wrecked and burned on Highway 10, 50 miles north of here. The body in it. Contents of the pockets indicated as Dr. Zorka. Identification is important. You go with it?
You're asking too much, Captain West, after such a shock.
I'll go. I must know. It was Alex.
Warm up the plane, will you, Jim? Whenever you're ready, Mrs. Zorka.
They are taking my wife to identify the body we left at the car. She will know it is not mine.
Can't you stop them by it?
She is one of my discs, and she does not know it. I have just time enough to put that spider into her plane. She will go into suspended animation so that she cannot identify the dead man. Then I will take her from them and revive her. Now get the car ready, quick. We have to be there as soon as the plane arrives.
It shouldn't take long.
I'll check the lab equipment and try to figure out just what's missing. Bye.
Goodbye. Say, is there something the matter with that door? I'm sure I shut it.
Doesn't look to me as if you did.
This wasn't in my bag when I left the house.
That's the same kind of disc that was found under the plant.
The one the spider went to.
Are you certain it wasn't in your bag before?
Positive.
Hey, let me see it, will you? I haven't seen one of those things yet.
Hold on a minute, Jim. I want to send it back to the department. Are you sure you didn't find it and take it as sort of a keepsake?
Why, of course I didn't.
Tell me, from where the car was found, have you any idea where Dr. Zorka was going?
None whatever.
Jim, what happened? The road's out of order. We have to bail off. What are you doing here? Never mind, bail out. Get into this chute.
Yes, Mom.
Mrs. Zorka. Mrs. Zorka.
Faster! Faster! You must get... Stop. Pull over there.
Lord, help me, please. I'm all tangled up.
One moment, madam. Bunk, help her down.
Our plane crashed.
What plane? Who was in it?
It was a government plane. 2 men and another woman.
I'm a reporter. I've got to get to that wreck.
Come. I'm a doctor. I will take you there.
As I said, this film was edited together from a 12-episode serial of the same name. And this serial, The Phantom Creeps, holds a very special place in film history. It's the first serial to use the scrolling text recapping the story so far disappearing off into the distance. The Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon serials would use this same scrolling text later, inspiring George Lucas to use scrolling text in the Star Wars films. We'll get back for more perilous narrow escapes after these inescapable commercials.
Larry!
From the exotic geisha houses of Tokyo to the back alleys of the Ginza Strip comes the terrifying news of a fiendish creature that threatens to destroy all who stand in his way. This is the frightening story of an American reporter in Tokyo who unwittingly became the victim of a shocking scientific experiment that turned him into a horrible mutant, half man, half monster, the Manster.
What happened?
He got away.
I think I know where he's going, to Taras. Follow me.
Right.
There's panic in the streets as the unheard of terror of a half man, half monster runs wild through the city.
There he goes!
Don't miss The Manster, a genuine thriller in the most frightening sense of the word.
As we return to The Phantom Creeps, the now clean-shaven Dr. Zorka plans to fake his own death with the bearded body of a hitchhiking hobo they just picked up and killed in a car crash. As a result, Zorka's wife and Captain West were flying to identify the body. Unbeknownst to them, Jean Drew, lady reporter, was stowed away on board. Dr. Zorka, knowing that his wife would know the hobo wasn't him, planned to put Mrs. Zorka into suspended animation using his metal disc spider method, but it got the pilot instead, causing the plane to crash. Luckily, Jean Drew, lady reporter, bailed out just in time and was rescued from a tree by the now clean-shaven incognito Dr. Zorka. And, ridiculously luckily, Captain West survived the crash without a scratch. We don't know how Mrs. Zorka is yet. Hey, look, I can't keep recapping this film. There's just way too much going on. You're just going to have to pay attention.
Okay, buddy. There's an ambulance on the way.
I'll make a complete report later. Yes, 30 people lately.
All right, get back.
Everybody just trying to
Get back. Come on.
Get back.
Wait a minute. I'm a physician. Okay. Woman's dead.
Captain West, my paper would like an official statement from you.
What were you doing in that plane?
Following you to get a story.
What do you make of him, Doctor?
I find no bodily injuries. The man seemed to be in a coma.
That's right. He collapsed suddenly at the controls.
The ambulance is coming.
Take this girl away.
Come on, lady.
Captain West, I want to know the connection between this plane crash and Dr. Zorka's death. Unless you tell me.
All right, arrest her.
Leave go of me. You can't arrest me without a charge.
Sergeant was stowing away in a government plane. Come on.
You can't do this to me.
No, I can't, but he can.
Dead. Really dead. You knew that, Doctor. You saw her.
Mallory, and all the so-called scientists who drove me into hiding, they are responsible for her death. They shall pay.
Forget it, Doc. You can sell out to Wrackin and his crowd for millions and get out of the country.
No.
Send this message in code to all our allied foreign operators. As a disguise for our spying operations, all code messages henceforth will be sent from our International School of Languages.
Well, did you get Zorka's formula? G-Men placed a guard around Zorka's house. We haven't been able to enter it. You've got to get in, or find Zorka's assistant monk. I'm about to broadcast a recording to our friends in Europe, informing them of Zorka's death.
It is necessary to share a very vital secret and knowledge. The hiding place of the source of all my power.
The source?
Yes. If they goes in during my absence, you would be able to remove it to a safer place.
Hey, look, Dr. Zorka has the Tesseract.
There is power enough to seize or destroy the world. And only I know how to release and control it. Must be kept insulated. It would be fatal to open it, unless in the presence of these protective fumes I discovered.
Where did it come from?
It's part of a meteorite that fell in Africa centuries ago. Years of research led me to the belief that some great force akin to radium lay buried there. I organized a secret expedition, attended only by ignorant natives. It took me 3 years to find the place the meteorite fell. I suffered untold torture before I found a way to insulate myself from the magnetic and chemical activity of the element contained in the meteorite. I risked my health, my life to get it, and to compound with it another force of my own discovery that made it the greatest power on earth. Now, why shouldn't I use it as I wish, even to conquer the world? So remember, if it is ever necessary for you to move that box, do not open it. It will mean death, disaster. You will remain here on guard.
Pulse is increasing, getting stronger with every beat. You passed out because you had the disc that was planted on Ann Zorka. Who'd want to destroy her? I don't know. Can I take this along to Zorka's laboratory? It might lead to something. Certainly. I'll attempt an analysis of what is on that disc. It might lead directly to Zorka's secret. Good luck. Come on. Hillary's antidote assured from the Zorka disc.
I hope he can get enough other information so that we can crack this case wide open.
Yeah, before it cracks us. Now, if I can just get this formula properly recorded.
What's the matter, Dr. Valerie? Oh, perhaps it was the fumes in the liquid, but it felt as though a man's hands were at my throat.
Hey, why do we always have to get here just as the sun is setting?
Those long shadows get on your nerves, eh, Jim?
I hope to tell you around this place.
Well, let's see what this can find for us.
Watch out for spiders.
Needle almost jumped off the dial here. Must be another disc around. Close. No, not so strong here. Now it's stronger. This way, Jim.
Dr. Zorka's flashback explaining where he found the element that powers his wild inventions was actually reused footage from the 1936 Universal science fiction horror film The Invisible Ray. It starred Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi and was far more coherent than this film.
Daughter of Horror. Here is tense, taut, chill-filled drama that shocks you with hair-raising horror. Not one word is spoken on the screen. The strangest motion picture you have ever seen. Daughter of Horror.
As we return to the Phantom Creeps, it looks like Dr. Zorka's chauffeur and assistant Monk is stealing the doctor's power source. I guess you just can't find trustworthy henchmen these days.
Not so strong here. Now it's stronger.
Hey! What's the matter? What was that?
The thermometer got so hot it burned my hand, and when it touched that box, it went up in smoke. Must be something pretty hot in there.
Don't open that. Leave Dr. Mallory open.
I guess you're right. Well, we'll take him to headquarters first.
Come on.
I'm going to try to open this thing.
What's the matter, Bob? Can't you make it?
No, not yet.
Maybe it's just as well after what happened to that neometer. Hey, Bob. I wonder what's the matter with this car. The engine stopped running. Plenty of gas. Hey, Bob, look!
Run it down straight. Keep her rolling.
Before we all get blown to bits. Who was it? Did you get that guy's license number?
I sure did. 130,000 volts. That's what records when I pulled that gadget on the box.
Well, that was a close one.
I better see if the box is still there.
Man, I'm going after that guy who was picked up in Zorka's lab.
Well, this is no time for manhunt. It's more important we get that mystery box to the federal lab for analysis.
Blow up the whole city?
I guess you're right. We'll take it to Dr. Mallory's house. We'll be safer there. We're not the only survivors. The box is still here.
Don't let that guy get away. He's one of the spy rings.
The police will catch him. He can't get far with that bullet.
Hey, what's going on here? You fellas trying to electrocute yourselves? Who's driving that car?
Take it easy.
Okay, Captain West.
We have to get to Dr. Mallory's right away. Special business.
I'll give you a lift.
All right, thanks. I'll tell you all about it on the way.
Bunk! The radio! Bunk is gone! I still have you. You will be the instrument of my vengeance. So you decided to come back, did you? The settlement broke in. They carried me off. They stole the meteor. You're lying. I left you on guard and you betrayed me. You've sold the source of my power to my enemies.
No, I swear.
And why did you remove that box from the speaker board?
I heard voices. I thought strangers were coming to steal it.
I shall show you what happens to those who cross me.
No, don't let it get me. I won't it. I'm shot. I swear I'm not lying. Look.
All right. I'm going to remove that bullet. Then you can tell me what happened. Come. Put up your sleeve. The ground to the tube in front of the ray. Steve, take your arm out. You felt nothing.
Not a thing.
Painless surgery. This and 1,000 greater powers are possible with the secret element. Now the source of it is gone. But they shall not keep it. No government shall possess my power. I know where West has taken my meteor.
But I can't go with you. They know me now. If I'm taken, they'll throw me back into Alcatraz. You can make yourself invisible.
The Phantom will continue to protect you. According to this neometer, we are close to my element. Start the car, quickly.
Yes, listen. A young girl just left here, alone.
Don't be frightened. We won't hurt you.
Let me out.
I'm afraid that is quite impossible. I need you.
You need me?
Yes.
What for?
There's no mistake about it. I was alone in that laboratory with the guard. He collapsed, and while I was trying to see what had happened to him, the meteorite disappeared. What do you mean, disappeared? It was gone. The door, which had been locked on the outside, was open. I guess I better run over and look that place over. I'll see you at Zorka's later. Have you any idea how the meteorite was removed, Doctor? None that'll hold water. It was physically impossible for anyone to enter that room without my seeing him.
Beg your pardon, sir, but you know Dr. Zorka was a very evil man. So it might persist even after the death of the body and return to continue its, shall we say, perfidious work.
Ghosts don't carry heavy boxes around, Perkins.
Hey, suppose Zorka isn't dead. If he were alive, he would be seen and...
Not necessarily. One thing Zorka hoped to do was perfect what he called a visualizer.
Oh, that's impossible.
In the scientific world, nothing is impossible. Just as there are sound waves pitched too high or too low for the human ear, so there are light waves too intense for the human eye that might be directed to envelop the human body and make it invisible.
Now that you have it again, we'd both better get out of here. The G-men are guarding the place. If they find this secret room...
If they do, I have means of dealing with them. Here. This little device contains an invisible gas. Did you get the plan they asked you for?
Yes, sir.
Welcome, table.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is the first step.
It doesn't seem to be doing anything to the plant.
And the second step is my Z-ray. Any living thing impregnated with this invisible gas dies under Z-ray.
You mean that human beings?
Oh, a man first would go into deep coma. And then...
That would stop one or two men, but more would keep coming.
You seem to forget our Iron Man. Huh.
I'm going to inspect the house. When Lieutenant Daly arrives, send him in. Keep everyone else out.
Yes.
Someone's coming, Doctor.
Yes, and Yamata. Close the vault.
Captain West inside the house. All right, keep this woman here.
Say, wait a minute. I've got to get in there. I've got a right.
Keep her here if you have to tie her.
One by one, my enemies will be disposed of until I master the universe.
Someone else is coming. Must find our robots.
Coming through. Coming through, escape. Well, my invisible gas and the Z-ray will take care of him and the others. Get them.
Dr. Zucker's son has been in.
We'd be in a comatose state if that were so.
If you kill them, police will trace them here. You can escape with your shadow belt, but I'll be done for. You'll send me back to Alcatraz.
That's where you belong. You left this condenser loose. Some more of your callousness.
Bob! What was it? What happened?
Iron Man. He attacked me.
There's no one here but us, Lieutenant David. Captain West must have dreamed that Iron Man.
He knew what he was talking about, all right.
I'm free, Dr. Zucker. I'm stronger than you now. Stronger than the police. You'll never make a slave out of me again.
Easily, the most iconic image from the Phantom Creeps has to be the giant robot. It's gone on to have a life of its own. Shock rock star and director Rob Zombie used the robot in several music videos and on stage live. And to this day, you can find toys, model kits, masks, even jewelry featuring the scowling metal man. You know, that face pretty much sums up how I feel about commercials.
For 2 million years in these subterranean caves, a creature of superhuman evil was entombed in a wall of ice, waiting to be free, waiting to live again. Travel with us on a journey into a world where nightmare becomes reality.
that lived 2 million years ago got onto that crate, killed the baggage man and put him in there?
Yes, I am. It's alive. It must be.
Travel with us, if you dare, on the Horror Express.
We'll search the train and find it, whatever it is, and destroy it.
But if it's alive...
I want this kept quiet. I don't want to panic the passengers.
The malignant power of this creature is indestructible, transferring its force from mind to mind, from body to body.
Beast is not dead. I put 4 bullets into him.
You think evil can be killed with bullets? Satan lives.
The animal that you shot was only the host. It's alive in someone on this train.
You saw his eyes. One look at them and you're dead.
Anything that moves near that door, kill it!
Run. Run for your life. Hide, but you can't escape. No one can stop the fury and the terror of the Horror Express.
Wouldn't surprise me a bit if Dr. Zorka did have some kind of mechanical man hidden here.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Let's get him over to Dr. Mallory's right away.
You traitor. You didn't know that you too had been sprayed with my invisible gas. Get up on your feet. You belong to me. You can never escape me. Go!
Get him to Mallory's. I'll follow in my car.
They're gone.
Do you see what your treachery has cost me?
They'll come back. They know what you have here. They'll ransack the place and they'll find me.
They will not find you nor my meteorite. It's changing headquarters today. Going prepared for my installation materials. It's not suspended animation, only a slight concussion. He'll be all right in a little while.
To rent an office near the Department of Military Intelligence. I shall operate as Dr. Zane.
I found just the kind of office you want.
Has it a good voice to protect my meteorite?
Yeah, and it's on the same floor of the International School of Languages.
Oh, the language school. The spy's headquarters, huh?
Yeah.
Good. I can keep an eye on them also. We will move in at once.
we must insulate our new ball so that my meteorite shall be just as safe here as it was in my secret laboratory. Come. Perfect insulation. Enough to protect my most powerful devices.
The report just came in from the chemist. This, he says, is a neometer. An instrument that reacts in the presence of magnetized or radii substances.
Say, that's just the thing we need to locate Dr. Zorka's mysterious box.
Exactly.
Hold on a minute. This needle's going a mile a minute.
Going to the door.
Monks in there. We better mask before we go in. Monk, you must be entirely moved by morning.
Monk. What do you want? It ain't Monk. Whoever it is, he's got the stuff we're after. Come on, I'll spill it. Where's that box?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's a pretty good disguise, Monk. But you're going to tell us where that box is hidden.
I don't know.
You're lying. Look at this neometer.
Monk! Whoa! Monk! Monk, where are you? The box is open.
This is stuff we want, all right. Now you get going. I'll lock this guy and Monk in the vault till we can get back.
Let me out. Let me. Doctor Zorka. Dr. Zorka. My meteorite. Where is it? Gone. We're locked in. We suffocate. No one is going to die. Excepting my enemies. Stand back. Science and genius combined. There's nothing that can withstand its power. Get up. Who were those men? They sounded like spies, but their faces were strange. Masks. How did they find us? They had the deodorant with them. They couldn't have, unless you gave it to them. Well, they must have stolen it from Mallory. In any event, we can't remain here. Start packing.
I'm convinced that Dr. Zorka is still alive, operating from some hidden part of his house. The robot was manipulated by someone.
I don't remember Dr. Zorka ever referring to a robot during the time we were associated. But there were many things he kept secret from me.
Well, that's for us to find out.
They have my meteor, but not all of it. Come. Do it now, it would mean to destroy my meteorite. That I have to get back first. I'll go with you. No. Stay here. This is work for the Phantom alone.
Right, I've got it. We'll be on our way in a minute. Be sure and keep Zorka's lab covered. Yeah, goodbye. Headquarters reports that the Phantom radio is broadcasting its mysterious code again. The federal truck's trying to locate it. If we make it snappy, we can find the truck in the vicinity of State and Main Street.
He said I could be in on the finish.
Sure, I'm hoping this will be it. You stand by here, Doctor, in case I need you. Surely, and good luck, Bob. Thanks, I could use a little good luck. .4, Harbor. 210, urgent. Batavia. 97. Atlantic. What's wrong? Buddy, the Federal radio truck is only 4 blocks away, heading in this direction. Well, they can't decipher this code I'm using. Maybe not, but they can trace from where it's coming from. I must finish. Our only chance of getting out of the country is by submarine. The Prince has got a supply one. Okay, make it snappy. Continue. 4-3, Pacific.
The spy master there issuing coded orders is being played by Edward Van Sloan, who played Dracula's nemesis Professor Van Helsing in the 1931 classic. I point that out at this juncture for 2 reasons. One, his role in Dracula was noteworthy and deserving of mention, and 2, I'm not sure what's going on in this movie anymore.
Suppose there were no reports about this thing until 1946. What could have happened then to start the stories?
1946? Well, the bikini underwater experiments were set off then. Maybe that started something.
Deep down in the strange, lurid, murky depths of the Pacific are fantastic, horribly grotesque creatures of the sea that challenge man's courage as no earthly creatures can. Science knows some of the answers, but not all. And among science's unknowns is the strange identity of the living monster from the ocean floor.
How'd he get out of suit? No man gets through that.
And what happened to him? Here is the first undersea battle ever photographed between a giant killer shark and a woman, as she searches for a monster even more deadly.
Could absorb a man.
Or a woman. Bonnie, cast off, on the double.
We now return to the Phantom Creeps, where the spies and the meteor and the invisible doctor and the reporter and the car crashes and the robot.
Captain West.
Phantom radio's in this block somewhere, Captain. The instruments prove that. Phone for more men. Have them surround the block. Search every building in this neighborhood if necessary. Yep. We'll cover as much as we can till help arrives. Jim, you take that seat. Come on, Chief.
210. Urgent.
Federal truck stopped at the corner. Captain West just met it.
These old cars parked in the alley. Come.
Hey, Bob. There go two of those spies now.
We have to get after him. But Mike's got the car.
Well, one of the other boys just got here. His car's around the corner.
I'll take it. You stay here and try to find the radio location.
All right.
You better stay here and look out and see if anyone
Let me drive in case you have to do any shooting.
All right, Blood-Rah. Still want to be in on the finish, eh? Even if it is your own.
Go ahead, but no more cars are coming through before the blast. Thanks. That's the second time that plunger failed today.
All right, touch her off with a fuse, Mike.
Okay.
Back to work, men.
Isn't that a barricade across the road?
Yes, but it may be a trick to stop and keep going.
Stop!
Keep going.
That should finish, Captain West.
Swell job of driving, Chief.
All I could do, I had to drive.
We can still catch those birds. Let's go. We got through.
Back to the car.
Our car's running wild.
Look. Invisible. We can't stop them. I've a better plan. Get out your mask.
Put out your hands. Put them out.
Stay there, my friend. We need you.
Jarvis, thought I recognized your hand in this. Been after you for a long time.
Come on. Get up. She thinks he's a masked marvel, too.
Nice work, Gene. All right, Jarvis. What'd you do with Zorka's meteorite?
We haven't got it. Zarka took it from you.
What am I offered if I talk? 10 years or more in a federal prison, but you don't have to talk. Your partner here told me all I want to know. Now get in the car. You drive, Gene. Go on, hurry. Yes, Jim. Throw a ring of men around Zarka's place. Better have them equipped with gas masks. Remember, you're dealing with an invisible force. Right, I'll see you there. See? You've been told about holding back the movie. Now you can go to town. Warn everybody.
You mean I can tell the whole story?
That's right, shoot the horse.
Well, I tell.
This time I think I've got it, Bob. You mean you can make Zorka visible in spite of his devisualizer? That's exactly what I mean. Watch. That's the way Zorka makes himself invisible. Now we will dissolve the aura of invisibility and disclose what it hides. Perkins, the ray gun. May I take this with me? Of course. Now we can deal with Dr. Zorka.
Hurry. Now. Shut it. Another, quickly. Now. I need enough to destroy the world if they force me to it. Listen. Quiet.
Anything new, Parker?
Not yet, Lieutenant.
Sergeant, spread your men along this side. Corporal Peters' men will take care of the other side.
Dance, baby, dance, come and dance with me. Hear the beat of the pounding sea. Ride, baby, ride, come and ride with me. Let your feet go easy.
What do you make of this? Where does the other end go? It dumps into the ocean.
It looks exactly like the South American Fantigua fish. I hope you can take one alive, Sheriff.
I still believe that a human clawed that girl to death.
The Beach Girls and the Monster, starring John Hall, Sue Casey, and the glamorous Watusi dancing girls from Hollywood's famed Whiskey A Go-Go nightclub. Music by Frank Sinatra Jr.
You got a monster in the surf. Yeah, yeah.
Chicks, do you have a problem? You won't have after you meet the monster on the beach. If you see this ghoul, play it cool. Beauties in bikinis, laughing, singing, surfing, sinning. Beach party lovers making hey hey in the moonlight while the monster waits and watches. Yeah. This one will kill you.
Now, on to the conclusion of The Phantom Creeps, where all of the various storylines will be wrapped up tightly, logically, and neatly. There's no way.
Now, if they do any shooting, I'll be rid of you anyhow.
plan all sewed up, Captain. I've sent 4 men inside with masks. All right, I'll follow them. Take your mask, soldier. You stay outside.
The soldiers out there, they'll get me. I'll take care of them with the sea ray. Two of the soldiers are out there. Quick now, the airport.
Get an ambulance, Jim. These men have to be gotten to Dr. Mallory at once.
Hey, can you fly a plane? Sure I can. Nobody's flying today. Why not? Government orders. All planes are grounded. Hey, don't you read the papers? Get aboard, quick.
Biplane, 2-seater, eh? Thanks, we'll get right after him. Headquarters says Zucker's grabbed the plane. There's another man with him. Must be Mom. Come on, Jim. Let's go.
There they are, 2 points to the right. One all ships and planes. Rocket plane 8 miles off Devil's Point, heading for the Navy anchorage.
I can bring them down with a machine gun.
No, don't shoot. If you hit the meteorite, you'll blow us all out of the sky. Hurt me. The citation with me, all of them. What side are down? Ice for the ocean.
I'll not be killed. I'll give up first.
Control! Follow him down! Down! Go up! Right, you can!
X-ray! 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 Watch me! Read all about it!
I have brought you here to advise you that I have recommended you in the orders of the day and have recommended to the President that you be awarded the Medal for Distinguished Service. Thank you, sir. I think Jean should get both our medals, Bob. She earned them. She really did, sir. The hardest job for a good reporter is to suppress untimely news. I assure you, Miss Drew, on behalf of the people of the United States and myself, your efforts in this case are deeply appreciated.
Can I print that?
This time?
Yes.
Assume the position and open your minds wide. It's time for your cranial cavity search. Yes, my lords and ladies, the cranial cavity search. Here's a chance for all you great geeks out there to prove your geek cred by showing what you know. And tonight's cranial cavity search question is, which 1950s science fiction film is this robot from? Which movie was this robot in? Was it A, The Colossus of New York, B, Invasion USA, C, Devil Girl from Mars, or D, The Man from Planet X? Which film was this robot in? We'll find out after these commercials push your buttons. And the answer to tonight's cranial cavity search question: which 1950s science fiction film was this robot from? It was C. Devil Girl from Mars. Yes, Devil Girl from Mars, the British sci-fi offering from 1954. The story concerns the titular Devil Girl from Mars coming to Earth, Britain more precisely, to kidnap men to bring them back to Mars to breed with, presumably, the other Devil Girls on Mars. To help her in this mission, she brings along this big, boxy robot to help capture her male prey. But now, and quite fittingly, I'd like to show you some coming attractions from a classic old-time film serial. So, my lords and ladies, here is a Tremulous Trailers tribute to those thrilling serials of yesteryear. It's Lord Blood-Rah's Tremulous Trailers.
You are privileged to bail out now if you wish. Scared, huh?
Get it open. Keep an eye out there.
Come on here. Thank God, Teo is displeased. Keep your slimy hands off her, and you grab him.
Well, my lords and ladies, tonight we've seen a giant robot, a weaponized spider, a powerful meteor from outer space, a man turned invisible, multiple crashes of multiple vehicles, and actual footage of the Hindenburg disaster. been quite an evening. Well, my lords and ladies, I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to invite you all back again next week when we'll do whatever this is all over again. As always, I am Lord Blood-Rah saying, geek out.